Hey everyone, Rogue Leader here, and today I am presenting my 2026 LEGO Clone Army. I have been collecting more and more figs for the past couple years. Last time I did this was January of 2023, so it's been a good couple of years, and we're back and ready to go. 3 years later, the army has tripled in size. Last time I was sitting at exactly 200 clones. Today I am sitting at 621 clones and 41 vehicles. So quite an upgrade. And well, there's no other way to start things off than to start things off. So let's get right into it with the biggest part of this army, the 501st. We're gonna go handheld camera, so sorry about the shakiness in advance, but starting things off, we have Captain Rex looking beautiful. This is the 2023 version as a base with a GCC helmet and GCC cape, and then a cape, or GCC comma, and then a Cape Cantina cloth pauldron, and one of the newer antennas. Then we have 8 clones, so each row has 8 clones in it. So the front one has all our named characters. So we have Fives, who's the standard clone that we got with the hallway set, but now he has been upgraded. We got his best friend Echo, GCC. A lot of the custom figures are going to be from GCC, and a lot of the custom capes and whatnot are going to be from Cape Cantina. Then we have Kix and Tup. Then over here we have the other commander of the 501st, Commander Apo, Arc Trooper Jesse, Hardcase, and Dogma. Then behind them we have 2 different types of 501st commanders, as well as another 2 different types of 501st commanders. So we got 2 of the ones with these nice commas and 2 of the ones with rangefinders, and then they all have that Captain Bond torso just because I had a few extras. And then we have 4 of the OG 501st troopers from 2013, one being very yellowed. And then behind that, we have 120 of the 2025 first troopers, I believe, making up the nice bulk of our army, or not bulk of the army, bulk of the 501st, and the figure I absolutely by a long shot have the most of. So they are looking beautiful. You can see just down like that, looks amazing. So yeah, and then after that, we go down, we have 30 501st Jetpack Troopers from the same battle pack, looking all great and spectacular. Nice rows of 6 with 6x5, so very cool. And then we go down to the not as cool, because some of them are bad, but still cool, 501st officer, or 501st specialists. So we got the officers, kind of those, then 15 snipers, and finally 20 heavies, excuse me. Then after that, we have the 332nd clone. I believe they're a company, so clone company, but they're kind of part of the 501st. They just have different helmets. So we have Captain Vaughn, of course, leading them, that kind of crappy looking figure. And then behind them, we have 20 of the clones with GCC helmets. So the helmets are a little different color orange, and then the printing above the visor is a lot more fuller and more accurate. So we have 20 of those guys, followed by 16 of the 2020 variant, and then 4 of the variant from the battle packs. And then also we got a couple of them with jetpacks. We got 4 of the nice new GCC helmets with jetpacks. So yeah, looking good. Now let's move over to the right. On the right, we have a bunch of phase 2 regular clones. We have our nice leaders with a clone commander, clone captain, clone lieutenant, and a clone sergeant, all with these nice phase 2 helmets. This one is a regular phase 1 commander with a custom GCC phase 2 helmet and a Cape Cantina cape. The rest of them are GC figures to help complete the set, so very nice. Then behind them, we have a couple phase 2 clone troopers, just kind of the basic versions. And then we have 2 with these pauldrons. I guess one of them could be, I think it's Captain Wilco from the second or third season of the Bad Batch, that early episode where that one officer kills him immediately. But yeah, we got two of those with those cool pauldrons. And then we have a very cool plain airborne trooper. So of course, you know, not the 212 one, but just a regular airborne trooper. So that's pretty cool. And then behind them, we have 20 of the, actually I think it's just 18, because 18 of the phase 2 clones with no helmet holes. And then also these two guys have no helmet holes, the two commanders. And then behind them, we have a bunch of clones with the helmet holes, just regular standard clones, no custom helmets or anything. And I think in total, we have 80, I think we have an even 80 and then 2 more for these guys. So I guess 82 of them. So yeah, pretty cool. We might have a couple more, I don't know. And then we have 3 of the 2013 Phase 2 clones. Then over here we have 12 Phase 1 clone commanders from 2022, I believe. And then 30 of the Phase 1 clones from the same year. Also one of my favorite clone troopers ever. I think they just look good, and probably, besides those officers, probably my favorite Phase 1 clone. And then, as you saw, we do have the officers. I was super happy I was able to complete this collection before it was time to show off the complete army with, so we have a clone commander, captain, lieutenant, and sergeant. Same as over here, it's just these ones don't have a comma. They're official Lego, and of course they're Phase 1. And then we have 8 2019 clones, I believe, so they have the leg printing. But yeah, they have, it's pretty much the same style, just with the arm, or not the arm printing, the leg printing. Behind them, we have the Phase 1 clone commander, just unnamed commander, with 20 clones from the Clone Wars. So very cool, you know. This was, I'm glad I'm able to get so many of these guys, because that was when I was very young. I mean, I think the last year to have those guys was 2011 or 2012. And that was when I was, you know, like 5 or 6. So, you know, it was a long time ago. And behind them, we have an ARC Trooper with, you know, just standard ARC Trooper, one of the best clones ever made. 2 ARF Troopers, 2 of the Rancor Battalion ARF Troopers, 6 regular ARF Troopers, 2 Horn Company Troopers, and 4 Bomb Squad Troopers. And then in the way back, I'm really stretching out my arm, but we have 9 Clone Cadets. Then coming back here, we have 4 clones that I just didn't really have a place to put. They didn't really fit here or there. So I just put them back there. We have 2 heavies and 2 Phase 1s. Then we have a group of GCC minifigures plus that 2013 212 Trooper. So we got the, I believe it's Iron Company's troopers from Fallen Order. We have a 41st Trooper and Hauser and Gray from the Bad Batch. Then we have our jetpack troopers. We have this Battlefront 2 jetpack trooper and 2 of the Phase 1 jetpack troopers, all with their nice white jetpacks. Then we have the clone gunners. We got 2 of the Phase 2, 2 of the Phase 1, and 2 of the 2017 Phase 2. So we got 2 of each. Then over here we have our Phase 1 clone pilots. We have 2 of the 2013 version from the gunship, and 2 of the new version, which I know the visor is like a little thin or whatever is wrong with it, or short or something, but I think it's one of the best clones from this year and from this era of Lego Star Wars clones. And then we have Oddball and Captain Jag. I don't know which is which, I can't remember. And then 2 regular clone pilots. So yeah, now let's go on to my favorite side, the left side. The left side is starting things off strong with Commander Cody, followed by a 212 Heavy Trooper. Then we got Boyle and Waxer, 6 2013 212 Troopers, 2 2014 Airborne Troopers, 2 2020 Airborne Troopers, and 25 of the 212 Troopers from the ATT. The first 2 rows, so the first 10, have the GCC helmets with no helmet holes and the correct arrow at the tip of the helmet, whereas the rest are kind of the worse for wear looking ones. And then we have Commander Fox, one of my favorite looking clone battalions. So, and I don't know if they're battalion or legion, but the shock troopers, the Coruscant Guard. So we have Commander Fox leading them with that awesome GCC body and cape and comma. Looks so much better than the official one. As well as a clone commander from the Bad Batch, just one of the ones from the commas. Got a shock trooper heavy, some sort of other shock officer, Commander Thorn, and some random shock trooper sniper, I believe. I don't think this is a name clone. That's from GCC. Just got him because he looked cool. And then same deal with the 212th. We got a bunch of Coruscant Guard with the first two rows having the nice no helmet holes helmets from GCC. The rest are regular. So looking good. And then this is not my favorite looking minifigures, but my all-time favorite looking clone trooper style, or not style, but just I think the clones that look the coolest throughout the shows and movies. But we have the 327 Star Corps, so we have Commander Bly leading them, as well with 16 of the 327 Star Corps troopers, and all 16 of them have nice GCC waist capes, because I think waist capes printed looks awful. So you can see a lot of the figures that they give waist capes to, I gave better ones because I hate the printed ones, like those, Fox, Rex and Fives, and then there's a few more back there. But yeah, so we have 16 of those, and then 10 of them, the first 10, have the helmet holes in the correct spot with GCC, and then the last 6, so these 4, and I think maybe those 2 looks like, have, the 2 on each side have GCC, or not, just the regular figures, but all 16 of them do have the commas. Then we have, coming over here, Commander Gree leading his small group of 41st clones with, I know that 41st clone probably should have been over here, just didn't really have room. But we have 4 Kashyyyk Scout Troopers, 2 Kashyyyk Troopers, and 2 of the 442nd Siege Battalion Troopers. I guess they're a different legion, but I always think of them on Kashyyyk because of those early 2005 sets that put them on Kashyyyk. And we have Commander Bukhara with 6 Galactic Marines. Commander Neo, who is, I think, the same minifigure as the Bark Speeder Troopers. But, I mean, they wear the same armor in the movies, so it's fine. But we have Neo, 2 Bark Troopers, and 2 91st Troopers. Commander Wolf, Phase 2, with 2 Phase 2 Wolfpack Troopers from 2014. The Bad Batch, I was able to get a Grandpa Clone Customs crosshair and gave him that nice antenna. And then back here is my favorite part of the collection. 18 of OG clones. So we have 12 Phase 2, 2 Phase 1, 2 Shock Troopers, and 2 327 Star Corps Troopers. I think they look amazing. And of course, had to give them their nice old classic guns because I was able to find enough. So yeah. Then back there we have the 187th. We have a 187th just kind of commander, then 4 airborne commanders. Then we have the 2 Cannon 91st troopers from the Battle of the Naxxes, and then another 10 187 purple troopers. And then we have last clones of the army. We have a Phase 2 Alpha 17, followed by 2 Battlefront variants of ARC troopers, both with Cape Cantina commas, got rangefinders, and of course backpacks. And then back here, this does not count as the total. There are 621 clones without those 3, but I figured I'd throw them here because I have the room. And even if they're not clones, they're Republic military, but we have 2 Senate Guards and of course Admiral Yularen. So if we included that, that'd be 624 figures. So there's 624 figures, 621 clones. So yeah, and I believe that got all the clone troopers. I must say, this is beautiful, but before we ramble on too much, let's take a look at the vehicles, starting with some of our land vehicles. So first of all, we have 2 of the 2022 ATTs. the 2025 turbo tank, and a 2017 Republic fighter tank, which is one of my favorite models. You can see it's actually missing some of the like antennas, and might not come up very well on here. Let me I'll grab a white clone just to show you, but it is pretty yellowed. Some of these pieces very yellowed, but still love it a lot. I know some people hate it for the size, but I like it a lot. Then we have a swamp speeder for Republic fighter tanks from 2022, and then the bark speeder from Sidecar from a couple years ago. We also have 3 of the 327th ATRTs and 6 501st ATRTs from over the last couple years. So yeah, those are cool. And then over here, we have a lot of other cool stuff. We have the Republic fire tank. Nope. We have 2 ARC 170s. This one is way better than that one because it's got the clear windshields, and you can see the dark red on this circle is way more close to actual dark red. Look at that. That's just nearly brown. But yeah. And then we have, looks like 6 of the AV7 cannons from that FILE1st battle pack a couple years ago. 2 V19s. I know it looks kind of weird when they're sitting down, but I really like that set a lot, hence why I have 2 of them and 2 of the pilots. 7 looks like 7 of the speeder bikes from the FILE1st. That's the Coruscant Guard gunship, and then the 2013 Republic Guard gunship, which I think just looks beautiful. So that is it, but we do have 2 more items. I apologize for not being the cleanest on this table, but we have the UCS Venator, which was counted in that total of 41 vehicles. I just had nowhere to put it on that other table. And then the Bad Batch shuttle. Again, had nowhere to fit that. But those 2 things, pretty cool, but also just could not fit them. And I wanted to try and fit the Bad Batch shuttle, but I couldn't really find a spot for it. And so I was like, I'll just put it here. I mean, I don't even like that build that much anyways. I think the minifigures are what carries that set. But once again, here is an overview of the army. Very, very cool. I'm very happy with it. And, this is something I just never thought I would be able to do. Like, I remember thinking back to as a kid, I'd be like, oh, one day I'm going to have Captain Rex leading an army of the 501st, and I'll have Cody and Fox and all the other clone commanders and captains leading their own little groups of clone troopers. And, I've accomplished that. And I'm very happy to have done so. And I gotta say, my favorite part of the army is either the 501st right here or the OG clones in the back. I love those guys. Oh, that is some questionable camera quality. But all those guys in the back, I love them a lot. But yeah, and then, I love this custom Commander Fox. I also love the custom Jesse and Echo, as well as all the FILE1st, but mostly the 2 ARC troopers that are custom. I love these guys too. Also, shout out to the custom Crosshair in the back. The ARC troopers, they're all right. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any. Oh, Thorn, of course. Commander Thorn, beautiful figure. Get him in a mock someday, maybe. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. Nothing else I much have to say. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is a great way to start the new year with 620 plastic look-alike figures. But yeah, I doubt I'll have a Clone Army video in the next 3 or 4 years. I'm in college right now, so got to get through that. And honestly, I just don't see my Clone Army getting any bigger than this, mostly because A, I think the clones they're putting out now are just not worth army building. B, any clones that are like older, like say FILE1st or Shock Troopers, or like even like the I don't know, like the Phase 1 animateds or the even the live action ones. Like I have enough of them where I'm like, I don't really see myself going out of my way to buy any more of them. So it's like the army's not going to get much bigger. So yeah. And yeah, between not wanting to buy new stuff and being comfortable with what I have of older stuff. I just don't know if this army will hit. I mean, we're at 621 right now. I don't know if it'll hit 700 in the next 3 or 4 years. Like, that's probably not super realistic. But we'll see. Maybe they release a beautiful looking Wolfpack Trooper or Phase 1 clone or something. I don't know. But yeah, I think the only clones I would really want to army build still is these Phase 1s, maybe. If like I came across a good deal, I'd maybe pick a couple up, but mostly just those OG clones and Kashyyyk clones. Everything else I think I have plenty of. And so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I do have 2 tables, so sorry if the light was a little weird because I have one light right above me and my LED lights to the back, and it was trying to get all the light right. But thank you guys for watching, sticking through the end. I'm really happy, and yeah, like, subscribe, I guess. But bye, and thank you.